Increased reports of women raping men and tensions reign ahead of Bahrain Grand Prix. Good afternoon, I'm Vignesh Nadu. Police say they've been receiving more and more reports of women drugging men before raping them. A woman and a teenage girl have been arrested in Soweto for allegedly drugging and raping a mentally ill 17-year-old boy. In a separate case in the same area, police are searching for 3 women who allegedly raped a man after pretending to be lost. Pearl Magabane reports.
It is alleged that the 3 women were driving around in a luxury German sedan when they stopped to ask a man for directions. He got inside the vehicle to take them to the location, but they instead drove off to a house where they allegedly drugged and raped him repeatedly. The suspects are still at large. Police are urging other men who may have fallen victim to report the incident. Pearl Magabane, SABC News, Johannesburg.
A senior official from the Northwest Finance Department has been buried at Uhudi Cemetery in Vryburg. Ivy Molefe's decomposed body was found at a farm outside Mahikeng after she'd been missing for at least 3 weeks. 4 suspects, including her husband, Klaas Molefe, have been arrested in connection with her murder. SABC reporter Dal Khatsewe has the story.
An emotional burial attended by mourners from different areas of the province showed solidarity to the affected family, relatives of the late Ivy Molefe. Numerous speakers condemned Molefe's husband, Klaas, for failing to portray father figure and being a loving husband by orchestrating her wife's death. Speaker of the Northwest Legislature and ANC chairperson, Supra Mahuma Pelo, says they stand against any form of abuse by men to women, as this leaves the country, the family and the society in distress. I'm Dal Khatsewe reporting for SABC Radio News, Uhudi in Vryburg.
Reporters camping outside President Jacob Zuma's Nkandla homestead in northern KwaZulu-Natal for his wedding have had to go back empty-handed after they were barred from entering the premises. Journalists had painstakingly camped outside hoping to get a peek into proceedings as the bride Maingema Zuma handed out gifts to the president's family. Only guests and Nkandla villagers are allowed inside the homestead. Zuma tied the knot with Maingema in a traditional ceremony yesterday. She becomes his 4th current wife. Everything is back to normal at Scottsburg Beach on the Scottsbury Beach on KwaZulu-Natal south coast. This after bathing was temporarily halted after a number of sharks were spotted and 14 trapped in the nets. KwaZulu-Natal Sharks Board spokesperson Mike Anderson Reid says they believe these sharks had been attracted by a whale carcass. He says all 4 nets that were removed have since been replaced.
We didn't find any sign of any slick at all, and so we put 2 nets back, which is half the Scottsbury installation, and then we serviced that gear this morning. There were no captures, so we put the other 2 nets in the water and bathing has been reopened. So Scottsbury Beach is now back to normal again.
In the Cape Peninsula, meanwhile, an emotional farewell has been held at Camps Bay in memory of shark attack victim David Lillenveld, who was killed this week. A group of about 500 surfers paddled out to sea and formed a memorial circle of life, a traditional surfers' farewell. And finally, armoured cars and police are lining up in the streets of the Bahraini capital Manama in anticipation of more anti-government protests ahead of tomorrow's controversial Formula 1 Grand Prix. As practice and qualifying sessions were taking place, opposition activists said a protester had been found dead.